So guys, I'm doing it. You guys probably don't even know about this, but I have a bearded dragon. I've had him for almost 2 months. Well, I don't even know. I've had him for a while. I've had him since like 2 weeks after Ringo passed. I don't know. It's been a while. And well, needless to say, bearded dragons are a whole lot more tame than iguanas. But still, I had some complications training this one. I wasn't gonna post the videos online just in case something did happen to him. You know, if he was just got sick or he was sick at the pet store or whatever. I didn't want to upload videos before I knew he wasn't safe or good or whatever. By the way, sorry I look like this. It's Sunday. Leave me alone. Just stop. Just stop. Oh, where is he going? I don't know. That one video that I uploaded about iguana taming did really well. And, well, I figure I'll do that again, but for beardies. So, believe it or not, from what I saw online, this was one of the most difficult bearded dragons to tame, and I just got him tame. Like, recently, within the last couple of days. And he's still a little bit flighty, as you can see. He probably doesn't want to be doing this. But a lot of people just say, just hold him as much as you can. Mine's the opposite. Anytime before, like, last week, I tried to hold him. He would be like, "Oh my God, get me out of this freaking place," and run away and like hide and open his mouth and try to bite or whatever. But he wouldn't actually bite. He's too much of a good kid. So I have some tips to give you, a freaking bearded dragon lovers out there. So the first tip: when they are in their cage and they do not want to be touched, when you're training them at least, don't touch them. I don't know how like to make this clear. When they're in their cage and they're running from you basically, and they look like they don't want to be touched, don't do it. That's like so scary for them. Like, can you just imagine you being in a cage and going to get touched and then you have to get out? I wouldn't want to come out ever again. I'd run faster the next time. So, they think like that. So just be careful what you do. Also, if your bearded dragon runs, it can drop its tail, but, unlike iguanas, they cannot regrow their tail. It may regrow a tad bit, but they can't regrow it like iguanas or leopard geckos. So just be careful what you do, as far as touching him when they're in their cage. Like any reptile, at first they're territorial over their home, because that's where they stay most of their time. But yeah, so just be careful. If they don't want to be touched, don't touch them. Let them have some space, and then come back. If they keep doing this over and over again, then the best tip I can give you is put your hand in their cage away from them. He stays on this side in his basking light, but put your hand over here and feed him, or don't feed him, but put crickets in your hand, and if he runs over there to eat them, then hey, he's used to your hand now. Keep doing that for a couple weeks. That's what I did, actually. At first, I put my hand in there, couple weeks. But yeah, he's actually good now. So just be careful as far as that aspect. The next tip I'll give you: please make sure they have the right lighting and everything that they need. If they're not warm enough, they don't want to be touched. If they're not cozy enough or comfortable, if they don't have any like direct lights on them or anything, they don't want to be touched. It's just that simple. If they're not healthy, they don't have calcium, the right diet, then they're not going to be touched. Like, that's just pretty much that simple. Make sure, if you're going to get one of these, get some calcium. It's this simple, guys. Calcium. Make sure and put it on your crickets, mealworms, freaking roaches, whatever you feed them. Make sure they have the right diet. This is actually used to cure metabolic bone disease, which they can get if they don't have calcium, because the little bones are small. They get it in their joints and, well, on their legs and stuff. And you do not want that, because they will be sick. They'll be weird. They can even die. It's a very likely chance that they can die. So just be careful. Make sure you. I usually do it twice a week, on 3 crickets, and then on his greens. A lot of people don't feed their beardies greens, but actually, When they're babies, they need greens, and when they're adults, they need more greens. So, I got this tip from somebody on Instagram. They've raised bearded dragons for 20 or so years. 75% insect, 25% greens. So make sure you feed them that. Collard greens, mustard greens are the only greens that they need. Maybe some other stuff like cilantro, but I wouldn't mess with that. If you have cilantro and you don't have any more greens, then that's fine. But I wouldn't mess with anything other than those two if you were gonna buy them, because they come in bulk for cheap and they last forever. Also, just a tip with me, cut them up into thin slices, like roll it up, cut it up into thin slices, and they put it in an airlocked container, and they will last for literal months. I'm telling you, I still have mine from when Rango was still alive, and they're totally fresh. It's kind of weird, actually, how long they've been in there now. So he's still eating on those quite often, and yeah, so those are my tips, and now I'm gonna actually get into the training that I use every day and still am using. So we'll get that set up, and then I'll show you what to do. Okay, so I'm here in the floor. I'm about to get out Pedro, which is my bearded dragon, and then I'll show you what you need to do. So let's get him. All right. So you wanna like not approach him from behind, or definitely not from up here. Like if you're coming in above his head, then he thinks that you're a bird and you want to eat him. So stay away from that at all costs. Also, don't let your fingers move too much. He might eat them and think that they're an insect of some sort. So just be careful with that. And honestly, the easiest thing to do, I got some crickets in a container here. This one's dead. It just died, like literally. Oh wait, it's still alive. It's still alive. It's just paralyzed apparently. I'm not gonna feed that to him. I don't want to risk anything. So, okay. So I got Pedro here. So I can't stress this enough. If you gotta do this in a confined space. If not, then your lizard's just going to run away to the nearest tank. So his tank's right here. There's a blocker right behind my knee. And Pedro's ate. He just ate. I wasn't expecting to record this video right now, but it's okay. So we're going to see if he wants to eat. If not, then we'll see what we can do. So here we go. He sees it. He doesn't seem to be hungry. He would have been chasing after it. Yeah, I don't think he's hungry. We'll make sure, but yeah. Yeah, he's definitely not hungry. So I'm just gonna put that in his cage, let him eat that later. So that means he's ready. So if your bearded dragon's just not hungry, he ate and he's still not trained, then don't try this. Just wait till he's hungry. Wait a few hours until he eats. So here we go. So make sure you approach him from the front. This is where I always get two hands so he knows that I'm okay. And I go right here and right here. That works. And then you can put him in your hands and pet him and stuff. And yeah, as long as you don't get your fingers near his face, his or her face, then they typically are nice. Like it really doesn't take much to befriend these little guys. They like their tummies rubbed. They like anything. They're really cool. So yeah, just do what you think you should do with them. Just don't get your fingers near their face, and that should work. I would typically wait till they're hungry though, just to get everything going. But I did give you guys some tips, and I did give you guys some little lessons. So yeah. So if you guys have any suggestions for any videos I should make, or any tips to help, because I will pin them or heart them if I see any tips that should help. But yeah, I think that pretty much wraps it up. That's my best tips. If I do have anything else, I will leave it in a pinned comment down below. I can't think of anything off the top of my head. So yeah, make sure. And also, if this video gets any attraction, like the Ringo video did. Lots of people left more suggestions that I left off. So yeah, that's just check it out. Hopefully people will see this, and hopefully people will leave their own suggestions and tips that they've learned throughout the years of owning one. These guys are definitely a good pet, good choice for a beginner level reptile owner. I don't even know what I'm talking about. So if you do pick up one of these, hopefully these tips helped. If not, then I'm sorry. I really did try. These are what helped me. Like I said, if anything else that I randomly think of, it will be down below. So thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed, watch another. I have some more reptile videos down below in the description. And I don't know, I'm weird. I definitely have a very, very big selection of videos down below. So make sure you guys check them out. And if you enjoyed, leave a like. If this did not help you, don't dislike and hate. Just say, hey, this didn't help, it didn't work, and I promise you, I will respond to every comment and help you out. So thank you guys for watching. Join the Empire, subscribe, and leave a like if you liked. If not, then sorry. I tried.